finally done. You guys see this thing? You see this? For about the 6 years I've been doing this or so, I've essentially just been throwing together outfeed tables. In my first shop, it was like a piece of plywood on some sticks. Last shop, I had this whole 4x8 foot thing, and it was retrofit with like this cool storage bin, hickam-a-jiggy, baba-ganoo kind of whatever. And it worked really well. But I was sick of like having things thrown together last minute that weren't permanently like thought out. So I sat down and like took the time, insane, to make this outfeed table plan. And this thing is packed full of features. So check this out. This could be my favorite feature, and these parts are like so sick. So I've got these parts bins, and I love it. I love having organization right underneath me while I'm working. 8 of them in this one. There was only 6 in the last. And then I'm keeping all of my papers and stuff stored here nicely in the center. If you look, I put pullouts on this side instead of just having a shelf where you can like leave things to just rot and die, which is super common. So like here is my vacuum. Look, it pulls out. It's so easy to get to. Hose store's right on top, and I planned this beforehand. Goes in there. And then lastly, T-track. Finally. I love this thing. And I also love Jet for sponsoring this build. So let's get to it. Tell you what, these things keep getting lighter. You got sawdust all over that? Pow! Get down, bro! It's gonna blow! They're everywhere! How do they get in here? What the? Got it in my sights.
Are you playing Army with the dust collector again?
No.
What are you doing? What an idiot.
Pro tip! This sacrificial fence on the miter gauge here allows me to have a cut that I can then measure to in order to get my fence width instead of trying to measure to the blade, because I have a random offcut here to offset the crosscut so it doesn't pinch. So pro tip is use a sacrificial fence, measure off of that, and learn how to speak English if you're gonna do videos. Bowling! I literally missed every single one of those. I'm strong like bull. This is the proper technique that they teach you in woodworking school. I know, I went. John, you've never taken a woodworking class in your life. I know. Sue, let's cut some more dominoes on these other legs. I don't know what to do with this dainty ass pencil. All right, so everything's out of clamps, all prepped for sanding. I want to get a couple of the panels installed before we put the carcass together, so we need to go to Home Depot. That's what I'm talking about. Go to your home. Now, don't you want to go to your home? Brilliant. It's pretty damn clean. screw cutting all these damn parts for these boxes. Where's my Thor hammer? Ah! Nice. Slide in the bottom. Rear flip. I'm using staples because I'm a savage. Are we ready? Pray for us. We're gonna put the top on, screw it down, and then we're gonna show you guys these sick new T-tracks from Armor Tools. So check it out, we've got the new T-track from Armor Tools, and this stuff's a little different. If you look at it, the bottom is actually a second track, and this is to bolt into. Now, typically with T-track, you screw it down into the face, but if you really clamp down hard on the top, you have a tendency to pull those screws out of whatever surface you route the track into. Another cool feature is that you don't need access from the sides, and you can just drop in your track wherever you want. Instead of gluing these down, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna buzz a bunch of screws in. We're gonna start on this end, which is flush and clamped here. I'll go underneath, we'll start screwing up. We will flush trim the sides and then edge band the whole thing. Once we have the spacing set, we're gonna be able to cut all the holes and put the bolts in for the T-track. So before we put the T-track in, we'll put finish on this whole thing too. Thank you guys so much for checking out this build. If you want to see some more shop projects, I got one queued up for you right here. I also got a plan you can download. That link's down in the description. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and go punch your next project in the face.